Dear students, in continuation with the last videos of capital structure where we had dealt with net income approach, today's session I will be dealing with David Durant's net operating income approach. Both this net income and net operating income are propounded by David Durant, but the difference in the net operating income approach is that the leverage of the company do not affect the cost of capital or cost of equity capital. They do not affect the cost of equity capital. That is what, why we are finding capital structure or why we are determining the optimum capital structure by using various models is that optimum capital structure is the combination of debt equity mix where we could find out the value of the company. But David Durant's net operating income approach specifies that leverage of the company or the increased borrowings of the company will not affect, this is very important point, will not affect the KE, cost of equity capital, or will not create any change in the value of the company. That is what David, and KO also remains constant. That is what David Durant's approach specifies here. We could see how it is done. Taking the same problem, which is explained in Khan and Jain textbook, net operating income approach, using the same problem, earlier problem of net income approach, I am solving this using net operating income approach. You could see that in the earlier net income approach problem also the informations given in the question is 50,000 EBIT, cost of debt is 10% for 2 lakh borrowed capital, and overall cost of capital or overall capitalization rate is 12.5%. This is very important. Here there is a difference in the question. Okay. Here under net operating income approach, instead of KO will be given instead of KE. In the net income approach where we had studied, the informations given was KE 12.5%, cost of equity capital. But under David Durant's net operating income approach, the information given in the question will be KO, overall cost of capital, instead of KE. So let us see how it is done. In the same way I am doing this problem, but slight difference is there because instead of KE in under the net income approach, here KO is given, overall capitalization rate is given. So three cases, with the three cases I am doing this problem. This problem is there in the textbook, which I will scan and send it to you. They had also done the same problem, and they are increasing the leverage and finding out what is the effect of value of the company and KO in case of leverage differentiation under net operating income approach. So repeating the question once more, given information is net operating income or EBIT, cost of debt at 10%, 2 lakh borrowed capital, and overall capitalization rate is 12.5%. So taking the debt 2 lakh, let us see how it is done. From net operating income or EBIT, net operating income and EBIT both are same. We are directly finding out the value of the company. Net operating income divided by KO, we will get the value of the company. Okay. So what is the, here the difference is that if I instead in the last problem, in the under net income approach, we deducted the interest on debentures and found out the net income. Here it's not like that. Here we are from the net operating income, we are directly finding out the value of the company. Net operating, how do we find out? Net operating income divided by KO, equity overall capitalization rate, not equity capitalization rate, overall capitalization rate, we will get value of the company 4 lakh. So it is kept constant. For any sort of leverage, it is kept constant. So from that point itself, you will note that value of the company do not change here. Okay. So from the value of the company, if we deduct the value of debt, what we will get? We will get the value of equity. From the value of the company, if we deduct from the value of the company, if we deduct the value of debt is given in the question 2 lakh, we will get the value of equity shares. So what we are doing here, next we are finding out. So we got value of the company, value of equity shares, and value of equity shares and value of debt. Okay, so it comes V is equal to B plus S, the same equation. Now we are finding out KE. Here KE is not given, we have to find out. EBIT minus interest divided by V minus B is KE. What is this EBIT minus interest? EBIT is given, that is net operating income minus interest. That is what we have done under the net income approach also, first stage. EBIT minus interest, we will get net income. Net income divided by value of the company minus value of borrowings. We will get KE. So, EBIT is given directly 50,000 minus interest. As 2 lakh is the debt, 10% at 10% interest, we will get 20,000 interest. So, EBIT minus interest, we got net income 30,000. So, 30,000 divided by V minus B. V is, as we know, 4 lakh is the value of the company minus value of borrowings. That is value of equity shares. Okay, we will get K. 30,000 divided by 22 lakh, we will get 0.15, means what? 15% is the cost of equity capital. So again we are testing using the proportion of equity and debt. We will get 0.125 or 12.5 as the overall cost of capital. Here the important point is that instead of KE, KO is given. By applying KO, we are finding out the value of the company. When the leverage is increased from 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs, then also the process is same. Net operating income given, we will take KO is 12.5%. So net operating income divided by KO, we will get the same value 4 lakh. But value of the debt differs because increase of 1 lakh had been made here. So value of the debt increases. So V minus value of debt, we will get value of shares. Net KE. How do we find out KE? KE is net income divided by V minus V. So net income here it is 50,000. Net income in here it is 50,000 minus 30,000. Net operating income 50,000 minus 30,000 interest, we will get 20,000. So 20,000 divided by V minus V. Here the changes will reflect because the debt is increased. So 1 lakh, we will get 0.2%. K, 0.2% as KE. The KE changes here. Okay. And we are testing using debt equity proportion. Even if we are using the debt leverage, lowering debt leverage by 1 lakh, the same process we will repeat. There also we will get the same value of the company because there is no change in the value of the company. Hence the equation is net operating income divided by KE divided by KO. We are getting the value of there is no change in the value of the company. But as the debt equity debt proportion decreases, there will be change in the KE process, and KE remains changed. But you could see that KO, even by testing, KO remains the same. There is no change in the overall cost of capital. So what is the fundamental difference between the KE, the net operating income and net income approach is that under net income approach, I'm repeating it once more, under net income approach, any increase in the leverage or any increase in the borrowed capital will increase the value of the company and decrease the overall cost of capital. And any decrease in the leverage or any decrease in the borrowed capital will decrease the value of the company and increase the overall cost of capital. But at the same time, net operating income approach model replicates that any change in the leverage, that is not debt portion, we are changing it here. You see, increased debt and lowered debt, okay, will not have any effect in the value of the company. It remains the same and will not have any effect in the overall cost of capital. It also remains the same. Only change which happens under net operating income approach is that cost of equity capital changes. In the first one, it will become 15%. Second one, it becomes 20%. And third one, it becomes 13.333%. So that's all about net operating income approach. Thank you. In the next video, you could see MM approach or Modigliani-Miller approach.